What's up, guys? This is your boy Sai. Welcome to yet another episode of the Tech Convo podcast where we talk tech. That's obvious. Yeah, so this particular episode is not a podcast but rather a sort of review for the recent WWDC 2025. For those of you that do not know, WWDC stands for Worldwide Developers Conference. It's done by Apple, and this year's version of the same happened to have been held on Monday this same week. So it was interesting, I should say. Before I go any further, guys, please do subscribe and share this video to whoever you're going to be sharing it to, tech enthusiasts, people who want to learn. Without wasting much of your time, let's just dive straight into it, right? So they launched quite a few things at the WWDC, and we picked out a few things that we felt are worth talking about. The main things we picked out were like 6, even though they're like the things explored, or the things that were introduced at the event were definitely more than 6. There were a lot of things. Right, so without wasting much of your time, let me just dive straight into it. So one of the first things is the liquid glass design, right? So this is basically a unified look and feel across all the Apple devices. That's been inspired by the Vision Pro design. You know how the Vision Pro, the glasses, those I almost said 3D glasses, but the virtual reality glasses that Apple has in their Canon, they had their sort of own software, and it sort of had a unique design. So the unified design, or the design that has been introduced and will be on all their devices, is sort of inspired by that. It's called liquid glass. It's got this transparent look and feel. It's got these features that are just, it makes the icon sort of elevate from the screen. They sort of look 3D. It's quite interesting because it's more dynamic. The software, I commend them for that. It's more dynamic, just how the things move around the screens. I have no words for that. The transparent design, I can't say, because for me it sort of has some flaws. Aesthetically, it looks right, it looks cool, but then from a design perspective, people are sort of complaining online. I mean, judging from comments such as this or this or this, people are saying quite a number of things, because on like extra light backgrounds, the text isn't clear, if you ask me, from what I've seen, from people's experience and what people have been posting online. People are saying, it's just a Vista wannabe, like Windows Vista. If you remember Windows Vista, that operating system for Windows. So they've got a few icons changed, which leads me to the next thing, the camera application. So I don't know if you'd call it a facelift, but the icon changed. It sort of looks similar to the one they had before they launched before they launched iOS 7. So it's just an icon of a camera lens, and it's sort of like 3D. It has a minimalistic overhaul, right? What we mean by this is what you'd normally see when you open the camera application on an Apple is, these functions, and then you have the button for the settings. We have on the corner where it says 4K, 8K, all those things. All those things are sort of no longer there. It's been made extra simple, because the only things you see are just like down there, just a few things. Most of the buttons have been hidden, making the thing more easier to use. Of course, the features are still there. All you have to do is swipe, which are one of the things that have been introduced. The gestures. So you swipe up to access some extra features like the settings and all that. To change the resolution, you swipe up, and then just gestures basically have been introduced. We have more of those in the camera app now. That is quite cool, if you ask me, because I prefer simple things. They're easier to operate, and for anyone really, they just make it easier to move around your phone. It's also powered by AI. So I should also say that most of the features that were introduced, so most of the things introduced in the new operating systems that were launched are powered by AI. So with the camera feature, you can point your camera at something and then just tap on it to highlight it, and then just get more information on the item you're highlighting online, which is quite cool if you ask me, because I remember seeing someone just look up the price of something or search for it on the market because of that feature. So it's quite convenient if you're one of those people that do not like asking, like, oh, how much did you buy this, or where can I get this? You could use your phone, and that just makes that process good, especially for introverts. Yes. The next thing we're going to be looking at is the phone application. So a few features were also introduced in the phone application. We have the hold assist, which is what I'm going to be highlighting here. So hold assist basically is it mutes hold music. So you do not have to wait. Let's say if you're calling a service provider, you do not have to wait and then listen to the boring music. This time around, you're actually able to wait. It just mutes the whole thing, and then it notifies you when that person picks up, or when the agent picks up, whoever you're calling. So no more listening to the hold music. That's quite a cool feature for the phone application. iPhone users, that's a big win for you guys. I should say I'm not a very big Apple fanatic, if you've noticed. Apple is quite cool, by the way. On to the next, we have the messages, right? So messages also has a few perks now introduced to it. We have pause, we have typing indicators, we also have unknown senders. Let me explain what that is. So pause basically is the same thing. It makes it easy to make decisions, or in group chats basically. That is where it's mostly functional, because you have a lot of people there, and making decisions can be hard. So you just put your poll, and then people will vote for whatever they're voting for. It makes it easy. That feature is obviously already there on WhatsApp. It's only now being introduced to iMessages, so that's a win for Apple. I don't know if it's a win or a lose for us who've already been using it on WhatsApp, but yeah, it's been introduced to iOS in the messages application. So that's quite cool. They've also introduced typing indicators. Quite cool, very new. I'm just joking, because that feature also has already been there on applications such as WhatsApp and Telegram, all those things. However, it's very good to have them on iOS now, because most of the people use iPhone, so that's a big win for Apple users. You're able to see a person type now. Yeah. We have the next thing that we're going to be talking about, which is live translation. They also launched live translation for phone calls, for FaceTime, and for messages. So live translation, I feel this is the year where live translation has been launched on like a lot of things. Like even Google at their recent event that happened, was it last month, had launched something with live translation for Google Meets. Apple has launched it for phone calls, they've launched it for FaceTime, they've launched it for iMessages. I found it cool, particularly myself personally. If you ask me, the one in the messages where you're just texting to someone, and then it comes in a language that I can understand. It even has an option where if I'm able to read it, I just keep it that way, and then if I want to change it, I just change. It's sort of like a button. So it's in messages also. That makes it cool. I'm not so sure if Google has it, but yeah, it's now there on Apple. So that's a big win for iMessages users. And then FaceTime also, how this works is I'll call you, and then I'll basically speak, and then it will pick up the language I'm speaking, translate it, and then give it to the person listening in a language that they can understand, if that makes sense. So no need for you to learn languages or have a translator. I feel like AI is really taking out some jobs here. Imagine having spent years learning a language only for Apple to bring in this, where this also brings in the debate of how AI is finishing people's jobs and all that. But that's that. Anyway, guys, on to the next one, which is probably our last thing we're going to be talking about, which is the music application. So the music application on Apple also has some new features that were introduced. We have the auto mix, we have the lyrics translation, we have the lyrics pronunciation. So auto mix is sort of like the DJ feature if you've seen it on Spotify. How this works is it gets the music that you mostly listen to, just generates the moods that you listen to those music to that music in, and then just creates a mix for you. It's called auto mix. And then on Spotify it's called Spotify DJ. I feel they work in the same way. They might not be entirely the same, but I feel they work in the same way. So they're AI powered also. So that's that. They're only now introducing it. It's been there on Spotify also. I don't know how it I do not know how it entirely works on Apple because I have not tried it, but that's a cool feature. I mean, if you're working out and you need some aggressive music, comes in handy. And then we have the lyrics translation. So instead of just reading lyrics, now the lyrics are translated to you in your own language. I'm not so sure what language you're able to listen to, but obviously it will depend on the uploads. No, that won't depend because there's AI. We did say that they did say that they're including AI. So that will obviously translate most of the music, change it. Like, you're able to read lyrics basically in your own language, which is another cool feature because we can understand songs for what they really are and not just vibe to the beat. The last thing they launched, the last feature rather we're talking about in the music application is the lyrics pronunciation, right? I'm not so sure how this is going to work because they're saying you're able to sing along in a foreign language. Because if I say, I don't know, languages are sort of different, if you get me. How I say how are you in English is not how it would sound in French, because in French it's just like one word, bonjour, and then it's 3 words in English. So I do not know how this is going to work, but they launched it, they obviously tasted it, and then they just did things with it. So it's obviously worth being on the market. I haven't tried it. I do not know what to feel or how to feel about it, but it's definitely one of the cool things. It's sort of cool, and we thought it's worth just talking about here. So that's that. We're keeping this video short just so it's not as long as other videos posted by other people, so it doesn't take up much of your time. So guys, thank you so much for listening in. Please do share this video, leave a comment if you have any particular topic you'd like us to explore. Please leave a comment. Again, do subscribe. That really goes a long way for the growth of the channel. And it's been your boy Sai. Peace.